Welcome back, everybody, to Day 3. It's Championship Monday here at the Seattle Snooker Open 2024. We've got a semifinal match coming up to start the day. Alex Newstead taking on Kevin Quay, to be followed by Andrew McCluskey and CCU. It's going to be an exciting day. Who is going to hoist the trophy at the end of the day? Only time will tell. As David Burney is in the booth alongside Christian Youngers. We're glad that you're tuning in. If you found us on BIlliards Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch TV page, feel free to fire any comments or questions. Put your support towards each player that you're cheering for, and saddle your seats because this is going to be a fun one. How you doing today, Christian?
Pretty good, pretty good. We're ready to get started here. Alex to break off in the first frame. Nice little morning here in Seattle. Good weather. Summertime is upon us. But we're down here in the basement. Going to check out some hopefully quality snooker. I think both these players have had quite the road to get here. And so far, I think Kevin Quay is the high break leader. I think a break of 73 in the group stages of the tournament on day one. So probably be some players looking to try to take that down from him. Out of the four remaining, Mr. McCluskey, you on the other semifinal is going to be a fun one to watch as well. We're going to have that one broadcasted after this match. We're down to the one table setup.
Yeah, these semifinal matches are best of 5, and the final will be a best of 9. So it'll be interesting when the final comes. They'll have a few frames to maybe let themselves go a little bit, where sometimes these best of 5s players tighten up a little bit early, knowing that one faulty step and they could be behind the 8 ball very quickly.
Pretty traditional start to this frame, it looks like. Now we're starting to kick balls up the table. So I always find these type of frames interesting. It tends to be a bit more messy, this type of frame, especially when you're trying to get in behind the black. It's not on its spot. A lot of reds get pushed up table. Chance to pot a red and play behind a color. You start to get a lot of different scenarios from this type of break and this type of frame, and chances for getting a couple of high breaks as well, with the balls kind of spread out around up table. Whoever gets the first chance can make some points in their favor.
Yeah, always a little nervy at the beginning. Obviously, first frame and match of the day. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time for players to wake up. I think if you're the first player to get in, you really want to punish your opponent and keep that momentum going. I think the respect level tends to get higher, and you won't see a lot of these players taking on careless shots. Probably a bit more to the safety side of things. Good morning to you too, TK. Thanks for tuning in.
Now I think first opportunity might strike. This is a semi-final of day 3 action. Can Kevin pot? It's one of these reds. Looks like it's available left corner. Get the black respotted.
Yeah, good chance for a good number of points here for Kevin. So
has the stroke for it. I think I'd like to play a screw shot into sort of this bunch of red threes, the three that are kind of up closest to the pink. It'll give you option of a couple of reds to either corner, and you can start to open up the table. So might be a crucial starting shot here. Yeah, he tried it. Didn't quite get the cue action needed. Hey TK, thanks for the subscription over on YouTube. If you guys are liking the content, make sure you drop a like. Subscription to our channel. It's totally free and it helps us out a ton. I'm trying to grow our YouTube channel especially.
Good recovery shot there. If he takes the blue into the green pocket, he's going to stick around at the business end. If he takes it into the middle, he's going to cannon up into the bulk area. Maybe be on one of these 4 or 5 reds that's up there.
Yeah, he's playing with a high ball, it looks like, so in and out of bulk. Didn't want that cannon though. Awfully tricky, that shot. There wasn't a lot of space to play there, so I think I did fancy it into the corner depending on how you're feeling. Never a guaranteed pot that though. Blue, long blue up into the green pocket. Ooh, it's going aggressive here, and I don't mind it. First frame, kind of get the jitters out. If you manage to get a nice high break, you can really settle the score and put maybe some more pressure on your opponent that they won't be feeling later on in the match.
He's got a mid-range red just to the left of the pink that's out in the open. Yeah, I agree with you, Christian. I don't mind these players kind of maybe taking on a few more risky shots in the early onset. Alex just trying to get a good cue ball there, trying to put Kevin tight to the top cushion.
Don't know if any of these reds in the bunch are pottable, so it does have some of the cue ball to cue at, so probably just going to draw this back, glue him in behind the black, maybe off one cushion. Always essential, not necessarily where you get it placed all the time, that cue ball. If you can manage to glue it to that top cushion, it can almost be better than, you know, snookering some, recovering some sort of red up table, especially when they're in the bunch. Went for the screw shot there. Maybe a side double, it looked like. He was going maybe to the middle pocket and screw back for the black in case. It is a less conventional shot, I guess you'll see in snooker. Alex does play a lot of pool, so I think that might motivate a few more doubles. I was actually talking to Stephen Wong about that in his match yesterday in the quarterfinals against Alex. Went to a decider and lost it, and I think on the final blue or pink in that frame, if you guys were watching the stream. A couple of shots just like this one where he hit these doubles that Steven's expecting him to play safe off of this position, you know, assuming he's going to be playing the shot most snooker players would take on. But many times he managed to get out of situations by using that double effectively. Maybe an X factor in this match, who knows? Push the black safe. Maybe a little bit less risky than to go for this red to left middle. You do have blue to play with, and pink is fairly potable, so still not sure how big of a risk you're going to be taking on here. What else is there though with all these reds up table? You practically have a re-rack up table somewhere, so going aggressive, and
Yeah, good effort there. You gotta maybe start just to be a little bit more attacking in this first frame. Because if you get a few pockets in a row, your confidence is going to start building.
he's going to try to stun this back and miss contact with the pink. Did really well. Flick of right hand side, and look at this shot. If he can get on the blue, would be in prime position. He's come a bit short, and he can take yellow with the rest. Probably going to be taking pink on here. It's a little bit of a trickier shot, this pink, though. No red immediately available unless the one in the middle of the bunch goes to left corner. Yeah, screw back. This is straighter than I thought. Good shot.
Yeah, he's open there for that red on the left side of the table. Looks like maybe an angle with the stun. They can play for the pink into the opposite top corner pocket.
A little bit quick on the draw there, on the pullback. I felt like he didn't take as many sort of practice stroke or feathers that he normally does.
Yeah, you'll notice with the great players of this game, they keep it consistent. They have their pre-shot routine, keep it the same all the time. Pool of Champions is asking, how many do we have left in the tournament? Well, this is the semifinals, the first of two today. The second semifinal will be coming up right after this match, leading to conclusion of the final to find out who the winner of this year's Seattle Snooker Open is. We have Alex Newstead and Kevin Quay at the table here, just getting started in this best of 5 match. It's a little bit cagey to start. Think you have that one back. Just left a chance for Alex to go into the right middle. Could just stun his shot right there, and he'll have the pink into the opposite middle pocket. Green pockets. Well, he's down on the shot. They definitely know what's in his comfort zone. Definitely interesting with Alex's technique because he doesn't really get down and have the cue riding on the clef of his jaw. He has a lot of space there. Couldn't make it there. As much as there's lots of technique that coaches preach, at the end of the day, you got to feel what's comfortable for you. Doing something that's uncomfortable, it's probably going to force you to miss a lot more shots than you'd like. I wanted to draw that a bit more. Be a little bit closer to the blue.
tight.
Just does have a little bit of a wiggle when he's coming through. It's not a straight push back, push through. But it does make good contact with the ball, and he's in the semifinals, so something he must be doing right for Alex. Just a notice as it was a great shot from our camera angles and from our vantage point in the broadcast booth on that last shot of Alex's. You can see his technique, but as I was alluding to before, he keeps it the same. Chalks his cue, gets down, feathers a bit, and strikes.
Yeah, I was discussing this with him earlier as well, and I think the more conventional stroke that you're describing is what people talk about, the pendulum versus piston type stroke. And I think almost exclusively most snooker players are using what we would call piston type stroke, where the cue itself moves along the same line the whole time, and your arm adjusts so that the cue stays on that line. Meaning your elbow kind of goes up and down a bit as you draw back. What Alex does is, you'll see a lot more pool players, American pool, maybe other pool games, the pendulum stroke, meaning the elbow is fixed and doesn't actually move in space, and your swinging arm basically is a pendulum action, and that's where you get kind of a vertical wobble in the cue. And we were talking about, the advantages and disadvantages of both, and it seems for him it's not really worth it at this point probably to change it up too much, especially if he's very consistently on the same vertical plane in this pendulum swing. It would be probably really problematic if his cue was more of a lateral swing, kind of horizontally moving, and you probably impart some unwanted side spin, definitely mess up a lot of shots. But I think he can achieve a pretty high level with the pendulum swing, and we've seen it so far. Like you said, he's made it to the semifinals, so something has to be working.
It's a nice recovery shot there by Kevin with the rest onto the pink. Going through a little bit for the green to its own pocket. That's nice. That's one of those stun run-through shots, just stunning the ball when they connect, slowly running into a great position for this green.
For those who are trying to learn the game as well, it's a bit deceiving, that stun run-through. Oftentimes you think you need to put and impart some topspin on that shot, and you can always achieve it in that way, but it requires kind of being very precise with your cue ball position and hitting it at a very specific speed, both in the same shot essentially. What he did there was essentially hitting the center of the cue ball and letting the cloth on the table impart the topspin that he needs, and then just adjusting the amount of topspin based on the speed he shoots the shot at. So it's a little bit counterintuitive, but you'd actually get more forward travel if you shot the ball softer, versus if you shoot the ball at a higher pace, you end up getting less travel out of the cue ball, less time for it to get any friction or rotation from the cloth friction. It's an interesting concept.
Yeah, Kevin had options there. That break could have been a lot higher. So he's a little frustrated with himself going back to the table. So can Alex jump on that missed pot there?
It's like Brown may be available to left corner. He's going to have to swing this cue ball a few rails because he only has topspin available. Hampered his potting accuracy just enough. Bit of a shot to nothing, I think, if you try to take this red on down to the left corner pocket past the blue. That red being the only one you probably would leave on, especially if you're playing position for the blue into the same pocket. Didn't think it potted that for a second.
Yeah, that was a great shot. Good angle.
Probably just a roll up here. It's a bit tricky to take this pot on for position. It's also not guaranteed.
True. Yeah. With the natural angle of the blind cut, we'll put him up table. Would he be positioned on there? So I don't know. I kind of first frame.
Yeah.
Best of 5.
I like this decision though. He's used the pink to cover these 2 reds that are available to yellow pocket, and where the blues ended up, the timing of the speed has also created another blocker for him. So maybe a little fortunate to get that, forcing Alex into a more difficult situation on this safety. It's an interesting frame though. All the reds up table now near the bulk end. Maybe something you see more commonly in the amateur game versus the professionals, but makes you play a different type of safety, as you don't have 3 bulk colors to lie behind. You kind of just have pink, maybe black.
Try and get by the pink here. A little thin. If he was a bit thicker, he might have gone towards the pink and blue. Maybe found a nice little landing area in between those 2 colors, but unfortunately the thin. Snick on that red. It's left long red open.
Red next to the yellow here on the right cushion. Had it been a bit farther up table, it might be nice to play a slow rolling snooker on, but don't think he has that shot here. This is gonna leave a chance possibly. Yeah, the top red of this, or I guess on our screen, the bottom red of the bunch goes to right corner between green and brown, I believe. He's got choice of reds. They're all a little bit tricky. So you're probably gonna be having to move your cue ball a lot. I think pink passes the blue though. This red nearest the black might be the one to take on with rolling cue ball. Let's pick which side of the 2 colors you want to play on for pink or blue. Uh-oh, it's going to be hampered on this yellow now, and not where he wanted to end up.
Kevin's just mentioned that it is touching ball. So in this case, he can nominate his yellow as the color, or he can nominate a different colored ball. One of those small little or maybe I thought he might have said touching.
I don't think so. It definitely moved it there.
Yeah, so if it was touching it and moved, that's a foul. So
no foul awarded. It's also a tricky spot. He snicks off the edge of this and plays the lower right corner. He's going to probably give up advantage in the safety battle against Kevin. He's thinking about trying to take this pot on maybe down in the lower left, which is a bit risky compared to the previous shots he's given up, unless he can screw back enough to avoid leaving these reds on into the middles. Just played the safety outright and got a good cannon on that red. But is he going to push it towards the middle? This is potable. If you can get on a color here, chance for extending the lead.
apologize for that little kiss. So that has really helped him out. Just a stun for the pink into the left middle. Hold for that other red in the middle of the table to the opposite middle pocket. And a few reds open, obviously getting close to the bulk line, so a good opportunity here for Kevin if he can just maintain his composure. Get that first frame on the board. If Feel like you're in the match, ready to play. Yeah, if you can stay low on this yellow into the left middle, have a good angle to stun up and take one of those reds into the left middle as well. It's going to be tough to hold there, but he can hold on this brown, take one of the reds into the middle.
Black being safe as well isn't really an issue for Kevin. So good chance to close out this frame if he can. Has he snookered himself on this brown respot though? Uh-oh. Yeah, mistake has been made. It was an excellent opportunity to pot another one of these reds.
Yeah, and he just ran just a bit too far. So, although he takes a 40-16 lead, 24 in it, and 43 points on the table. Might be able to play the cross double here into the side. At least play it with an into safety, because this cue ball will be running in and out of the top area, back to bulk. A little bit of side for Alex here, just to swerve around the brown. Just a bit pacey. Just a fraction lighter, he would have rolled snug to that pink. Unfortunately, it's the pink and it's open up. But the red does go into this top right corner. So Kevin does get a little reprieve. After going out of position on that last brown, he's back at the table to go in and out of bulk off this yellow. And just can glance off the side, come off two cushions, possibly be behind the black here. We still have the rule in place in this tournament that if more than 2 snookers are required, when it's only down to the colors, then it's a concession. There's the dream for some player today. Who is going to hoist that lovely trophy at the end of the day? Very fortunate that yellow didn't go in. But now it's blocked that pocket, so they've got 6 pockets to deal with. This is a great advantage for Kevin if he's able to get this red. Could take a high valued color, as in the pink, and have a simple yellow to start his color routine.
Oh no, a bit of a miscue I think there. Just didn't get the strike he wanted. Maybe trying to screw back for the black. Fortunate this yellow pocket is covered though.
Yeah, you could try 3 cushions into the left middle. Always shot this has an element of safe to it.
Gonna maybe get him with the black.
Looks like there's a that first camera angle looked like there was a gap, but there's a slight gap here. He's gonna he's jacking up to swerve around a bit. This is dangerous.
Oh, almost potted that one. What an attempt.
You gotta have all the shots in your toolbox when you come to a snooker table. Just didn't get the angle for the snooker there. He's got an angle to get over towards the green and brown. If it's the right side of this red.
I like this. Where the black and pink lay, it's a pretty decent chance to get that long middle table snooker. It's gonna go one cushion around the pink here. Just misses it. Pots the yellow, which you wonder. No relevance in this case. It's gonna go back.
Yeah, in the semifinals and majority of the tournament has been 3 attempts and a foul and a miss, 2 putbacks. I believe when we come to the final, that will be gone, and it will just be unlimited attempts until a ball is hit or snooker's required stage.
And there he made some more solid contact. Shot at a more confident speed as well, I think. It's the right way to shoot that, create some more separation, possibly.
Yeah, when we get this deep into the tournament with these great players, usually they don't miss twice. You know, sometimes the first shot is just kind of a testing pattern just to see where they need to go. Because it is one thing getting out of the snooker, but also getting a good cue ball, making sure your opponent doesn't have an easy starter to get in.
Might be seeing a lot of these safeties with this yellow over the pocket. Right now it's on Kevin to play the bit more difficult safety.
I kind of like cushion first here.
And behind, yeah, called it pretty good. Bit of hampered cueing maybe as well, so not so easy to just push this red back up near the yellow. I think as long as you get it in that quadrant, you should be at least containing. Just taking a look at the score to see, like you mentioned, Needs a color with this to avoid snookers required.
That was an attempt. Wow. Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, good try, and it was natural to get on that black. Would have set him up nicely for a good opportunity for a clearance. Blue is safe though. It's gonna probably be crucial for Alex in this frame if he can get that blue knocked out. I think on this shot though it might come free. Yep, now color's all in the open. What a nice safety shot. There's a gap.
Just a little pesky queuing going over that brown, and yeah, both these players are definitely fluent with the rules. I think Kevin does know the utmost importance if he's able to take the red and get a high value color, and with that yellow just sitting over the pocket, that would definitely put him in that more than 2 snookers required concession stage. But a good recovery shot there by Alex, putting Kevin in the snooker.
Yeah, he's got him here, and I think you have to go at this. Ideally 2 cushions close to the yellow, as you want to avoid any one cushion possibly cannoning into that yellow and pocketing it.
They're just having a little chat with the tournament director Jamie Miller and Mike Dominguez. I wonder if they're just discussing this more than 2 snookers. Maybe if we can find a runner in the room just to let us know what that conversation was, and we can report back.
Yeah, microphone may have picked it up, I'm not sure, but from what I gather, I think typically Mike likes to err on the side of later stage in the tournament being less restrictive, so maybe they were clarifying whether or not there's unlimited replaces or if it's still 2 attempts, 3 putbacks.
Nice hit by Kevin. Fortunately, he's left the red on, but big chance for Alex here to punish that.
Needs at least brown in this situation and clearance for the win. Being behind 31. He's going to be playing for pink here, and he's missed the pot. That slow rolling shot crossing the nap. Rolled downwind and ended up overcutting the red.
Just can't do that in this stage of the tournament. You gotta limit the unforced errors.
Careful yellow, careful yellow. Oh, wow. That would have been devastating. Although it would have taken the red off the table, but given Alex the 4 points he would have needed to just tie with a full clearance. But alas, should be frame-ending break opportunity now for Kevin. Green is available, brown as well.
Have a great cue ball, because he knew that yellow was coming back up.
Yeah, he came short on this, surprisingly. I don't know if he was just playing for green, thinking it was yellow next. I think.
Is there a pathway for Alex here? There wasn't. He had the snooker, but he just delicately hit it. Fortunate enough that cue ball is close to the top cushion, so it just makes it a little bit more difficult for Kevin.
Another shot, you don't want to slow roll too much because it's going to end up going thin and overcut to the right. Yep. Especially now that these tables have gotten worn in a bit. The nap affecting that path along those diagonal slow rolling shots. We saw Alex overcut the red. Maybe he was affected by that. This shot possibly as well. That's why you start to see a lot of stun positions and stunning of the cue ball
Very nicely used of the green to stop the momentum of the cue ball and put a Kevin into a snooker. So, with the 34 points, the difference there is 27 on the table. So if they are playing more than 2 snookers, because obviously Alex needs 2 snookers to get himself back into the winning seat for this first frame. Ooh. That's 5, and now snookers are required. He hasn't got the cover there. I think he's covered the potting angle at least. Hmm. 29 in it and 27 on the table, so Alex does just need 1 snooker, and that green and brown are in a great position to hide behind.
Pushing the yellow down towards this blue, and not close enough to really leave an easy snooker opportunity. Can cross double this and lay it up near the black spot, trying to get in behind black or pink up table. Can also go 2 cushion double as well. Ended up catching it a bit thick there. The black might still get it. Not quite.
Just looking at his body language, just a little kick at the end of that shot. He wasn't too happy with it.
The body English, sometimes we call it in pool. Wheeling the cue ball around the table, trying to get it to where you want it to go.
That was a chance for Kevin to hopefully kill off this frame.
Good shot there. More difficult to gauge that double than it might seem. Avoid the double kiss.
Yeah, but great distance there between cue ball and object ball. Oh, this might be really nice for him.
Did just pass.
And it's that black being a nuisance as well. He's got a pain, obviously, dealing with the green and brown. And yes, he's got a snooker, and that blue is close. Looks like he can come off that cushion right by the pocket.
Oh, double kiss. Double kiss on the yellow. Stopping that reverse snooker attempt by glancing in behind the blue.
Yeah, it was a great attempt. He succeeded in mission number 1, obviously. That's hitting the yellow. But there was potential that he could have snookered Kevin behind the blue.
His snooker attempt's going to be a bit short.
So a little cagey first frame. I think both players just feeling a little bit of the nerves.
This is dead straight in based on our camera angle, so we might just screw this back, but I think more colors on the table. Wow, look at that cue action there. Talked about the pendulum swing. He's pretty darn straight up and down with that swing, I'd say, though.
Mm-hmm.
What a pot that was. My goodness. Where the green sits, too, it's not a bad choice to take that yellow and play the snooker attempt on this green. Look at this. Pressure's on now. Missed it wide.
It's going to be costly, real costly.
And a black. No longer snookers required, so back in this frame is Alex.
Yeah, it'd be a great steal for him. He just wasn't finding a lot of fluency. It seemed like Kevin was kind of starting to run away with it. As they say, you're never out until you're out.
That yellow, a massive confidence builder, had to be. Great shot to screw that back mid-table. And he says, maybe I'll lay another one down for you here, Kevin. This one looks pretty good as well.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like this is like the furthest that both of these players have gotten in this tournament.
Definitely.
Like, in past installments of the Seattle Snooker Open.
I think both did play last year, but great escape there from Kevin. Does he lay up the green? Not quite, so nice escape. Yeah, as you were saying, don't know how far they've made it in the past. I don't imagine beyond, neither of them are semi-finalists, so they definitely farthest so far in this stage. I don't even know if they've made it to the quarterfinals in previous events. Both local players play here at Ox a lot, so you'd wonder, you know, you'd think you'd be surprised, but I guess not. They do have an advantage in home court. They get to practice here a lot. Makes a bit of a difference compared to the out-of-towners. We do have 3 out of 4 Seattle players still in this one, with Andy McCloskey being the only non-Seattle player to make it to the semifinals.
Yeah, very interesting, because Andy plays out of Sacramento, and then CC, his opponent in the next semifinal, plays out of Empire. So there's going to be definitely a representative of Ox Billiards in the final of the Seattle Snooker Open.
Yeah.
Just will he be playing a rival from Empire across the interstate, or will it be an out-of-state matchup against Andy? Only time will tell.
Yeah, I think Kevin might technically be an Empire representative as well. So
Okay.
I do know he frequents Empire a lot more. I think he lives closer to it, and that's where he did start playing. But he does play in all of our leagues here at Ox. So short of being a member, I think we also claim him as our own slightly. This has gone long, the safety attempt, and this is be a big confidence boost for us to knock this in. Overcuts it. It's gonna roll up too, so all that hard work could be forgotten.
Our friend Darren Taylor in the chat is asking, is there a club in Sacramento? Actually, Darren, there's quite a lot, as I had Andy McCluskey in the booth yesterday, and he was mentioning there was at least 3 or 4, and I believe there is one that has 10 snooker tables.
Wow.
In the capital of California.
We've never heard of these
so places. So as an Irishman that Andy is, moving over to America, was amazed by the amount of rooms in Sacramento.
Dave Daly saying, not too shabby. I think you meant 3 out of the 4 remaining players are from Seattle. Yeah, right, you are. But I think, do you think, you know, playing on these match tables, tighter pockets, slicker cloth, if you haven't practiced on these much, definitely an advantage being used to these conditions compared to your average club table that most players may be accustomed to. I bet that has a good amount to do with it as well. So the miss on the green over the pocket from earlier. If Alex manages to steal this frame, imagine Kevin's going to be kicking himself after the opportunity he had there. Darren Taylor in the chat, defending U.S. national champion, asking, yeah, didn't know that. Did you know if they have any plans to hold competitions, these clubs in Sacramento? Not that I'm aware of at the moment, but I just heard of these clubs like we're hearing about it now. So I wonder if there's an opportunity to connect with those clubs and maybe host some more events, especially with 10 plus tables in one venue. I know the Nationals is in need of a growing tournament, and growing player field means more tables needed at each event. So maybe an opportunity, who knows?
Yeah, it's very tricky with our amateur events, as all of us come behind the scenes for love of the game, wanting to grow it, taking time away from our, paying job that pays the bills and all that stuff. Obviously, I know Mike and crew here at Oxford, love to have a big tournament, but sometimes it can be tricky with just 4 tables. It would expand the tournament to maybe a week long rather than just 3 days, like this Seattle Open.
Yeah, I realistically think Seattle Open, 32 or 24 player field might be the maximum we could really support with only 4 tables. But quality over quantity, as some say, might be the approach there. Just need to grow the sport and get a big enough market that can sell some tickets to seats, and maybe Matchroom can come and host their own event in the U.S. or some other promoter, who knows? We'll let them worry about bringing the tables to the venue. We just got to bring the seats and the sales.
It is true in North America we do have a little bit of the infrastructure for it, because there's potential of using ice hockey arenas, actually, because it would have the tiered seating already for the spectators, and you can just put the tables onto where the rink would be. Obviously, they're not built on ponds, these ice rinks. Like, is it the Key Arena here, or have they changed names? T-Mobile Center, or I'm not sure the correct sponsor for the
Climate Pledge Arena, I believe it's called now.
Where the Kraken play.
Yeah. Basketball arenas, I think, would also be another one that might be in a similar scenario as what you're describing. But yeah, it's a whole world in and of its own. Arenas and hosting events. I know a lot of pool tournaments happen at hotel venues where they take these massive conference rooms and set up many tables and set up an arena of sorts with bleachers and backdrops and everything in the room. So there's definitely a lot of ways to go about it. It just depends how big you want to make the event, obviously. It is nice, though, being able to host a decent quality stream, pretty good quality equipment and table, and a nice space with a good enough tournament. Kind of just show up and press go in a sense. That is one advantage of having it in a club. This pot, dynamite for Kevin Quay.
Yeah, that was his frame ball. We're back now to Snooker's required stage.
Still only 1, and Alex has been playing the Snookers quite well. 22 on, 23 the difference. So this double kiss maybe in a chance. Don't think he's out of it quite yet. Although it doesn't have that nice brown and green from earlier in the frame to set up a nice easy snooker. So gonna have to come with a big one here. It needs this brown to keep running. Gonna leave it, I think, although only saving grace might be a bit hampered over this blue ball. Yeah, he's caught it thick. Probably playing the safety outright all the way, just to not risk easier opportunity.
True, there's the philosophy that he could have maybe just hit that brown in such a fashion that he just rolls it towards the yellow pocket. If it gets locked in the jaws, it kind of forces Alex to pot it.
Yeah, the Cross double difficult there to avoid contacting the blue. And he's caught it a bit too thin, and now it's landed over the pocket. I think at that angle needed to sort of go across two cushions to try to land the brown along the top cushion. And a big pot there from Kevin, and surely that should close out this starting frame. Alex maybe coming back. Yep, no limit on snookers maybe as well. 27 and 18. It's only still 2 snookers with this blue ball now that they're at the 5-point stage, so can't really fault him for coming at it here. Would be pretty brutal for him to steal this frame even at this stage. So definitely have some mind games at play, and here we go. There's one right there.
That's
Yikes.
not what you want to do, you know, like the pink and black really aren't in fantastic positions for really telling snooker, but that's something you don't want to do. You don't want to just give your opponent points when they need them.
They're off the cushion enough to maybe... Oh, he's not done too well there. He wants that shot back. Didn't quite gauge the side spin, and no good. Yeah, Darren Taylor said, why do you let the cue ball run? Indeed. I think in or over the pocket and just roll it in would have been the shot for me. Once again, lets the cue ball run up table. I think it might be a bit of his style as well. I think Kevin likes to play a bit more aggressive and, you know, shoot the shot at not a rolling pace.
Might have the snooker there. Might be a thin coat of blue paint that he can hit. He's having a good look at it. Does not like it.
Call this one the fluker. It's awfully close. I think you just have to commit to going the one cushion if it's that close. Oh no, he had much more of the view of the ball. And nearly goes in off again. So I think a little bit cagey is some of the decisions from Kevin. I think Alex recognizing that Kevin being a little bit looser with his cue ball might leave a chance. Only needs one. Oh, fortunate not to get in the jaws there, and watch this glance off the black. Could have been a devastating glance to get in behind pink there. I think you still just got to roll this ball down into the corner. In or over. He's deciding to shoot it at pace. It's going to maybe leave it. The only real benefit is sort of the cue ball is going away from the black and pink. It's a little bit more difficult to gauge multiple cushions to control the cue ball for the snooker, but this looks like a decent line. No, it just comes a bit short. So if he's heading up table and the blue is in the same vicinity as the black and pink, definitely makes the snooker much easier. So you kind of have a target you can aim for in your line of sight. I like this shot again. Doing well to go cushion first a couple of times in this frame so far. Undervalued, I feel like that shot is as well.
She's left a great opportunity here for Alex. Clip out the right side of that blue and get behind the pink.
Yeah, like I said, he's going towards blue. Oh no, he's going towards the pink and black, and that was an excellent chance to get another one. Yeah. Now,
missed trick. So this should be frame 1 to Kevin Quay. So not a free-flowing first frame, but Kevin will be happy that he's got the first one on the board. Alex definitely had his chances. That'll be a concession there. So Kevin Quay taking this first frame by a score line of 68-35, and we'll be right back with frame 2. And welcome back, everybody. We just had a quick little discussion with our tournament directors, Mike Dominguez and Jamie Miller, just to clarify for everybody. In the semifinal matches today, there will be, in a foul miss situation, will be 3 attempts, 2 putbacks. But then when we move into the finals, it will be unlimited attempts until it's a snooker's required stage or an object ball is hit. And all matches today, there is not the more than 2 snookers concession rule, so players can continue playing on if they need more than 2, 3, 4, or 5 snookers. So Alex has drawn first blood in this frame, putting red and yellow in.
Oh, and might get some more points here, counting the black. No, not quite. Fortunate to get that cue ball to roll far enough up table to not leave an open pot. And I think we might Don't have a referee for the semifinals here, but I think we might be getting a referee for the final, possibly. We'll see.
True, if you live in the Seattle area and you're a great lover of this game of snooker, definitely get in touch with Mike Dominguez at Ox Billiards. We're always looking for more referees, scorekeepers, commentators, all the like. You know, we're happy to have a great roster of players, but also we need some help behind the scenes just to make the machine run smoothly.
Wow, and almost flukes that red in off a double kiss. I think with the luck that Kevin has had in some of these matches, it would have definitely gone in, but maybe that luck drying up a bit. I know we talked about some of the previous matches he had, and I think in the group stage, maybe quarterfinal, he had some sort of, touch foul actually there. So a downside of the pendulum stroke now, touches the pink, that stroke, and this could be devastating for Alex. Yikes.
Obviously that red into the corner was very simple. And I just wonder if Alex had a slightly more tricky red. On first glance, it doesn't look like it, but sometimes that's the idea. You know, you take that tougher red, because then you've easily got the blue, but then you've got another red that's very simple in the pocket. So
yeah, that goes down to confidence, I guess, too, right? Sometimes you're maybe not as confident. You don't want to risk the tougher red, but you're exactly right. I think that's was a good opportunity to take that that chance on.
Hello, Mr. David Brock. Good to see that you've tuned in. Giving some hellos to myself, David Burney, and Christian Youngers, who are in the booth. And a hello to Jamie. Now, is Jamie the mix of Jamie and Mike, our great tournament directors here?
I wonder.
I think something has been born. David Brock, he's got a name for everything.
I like it, though.
Mm-hmm.
So another red possible to right corner. Up for blue once again. Maybe he can get to black if he overruns position. Oh, he's caught it too thick, though. Surprising as it is a left-handed shot, so I think he was a favorite to make that. Wonder how important or crucial these foul points are going to be in the grand scheme of things. We got some other folks over on Facebook. Raymond McCarthy, who's been here at Ox Billiards in the past when we hosted the Nationals back in 2022. How's it going? He's saying, "What's up, guys? Hope all is well." Watching a little bit on and off while at work. Let us know where you guys are watching from as well. Anybody else in the chat? Say hello. Yeah, I was talking about the luck factor earlier, and I think as he lays a really nice snooker, Kevin, along with the high break prize, might be winning the total flukes prize in this tournament, or game-winning flukes. I think he's got 3 or 4 frames under his belt in this tournament, fluking the last color. I believe he had 1 or 2 against Connor Morgan in their quarterfinal match yesterday. Oh, watch out, cue ball.
Yeah, I'd have to say, don't say the F word around Connor Morgan. He won't be too happy. He'll make his back hair stand up. So, but they happen, and you hope most of the time in these matches that it equals out. Not one player is getting all the flukes.
Yeah, over time, like you say, but maybe this is just his time. Who knows? Oh, Raymond's watching from NASA at work over in Mountain View, California. Very nice. Oh, I see. Jamie's a reference to Darren Taylor and his luck. I got you. It says David Brock is under the misguided impression that he's the luckiest player on the planet. Well, I don't know. I remember some shots over in that U.S. Nationals from last year. I have to go back and, maybe clip a bunch of replays of all the flukes he got or something. Maybe we can post that somewhere as a way to stir the pot, maybe.
I don't know. Darren was in tough against Renat Danka. You need a lot more than just fluking your way through the man from Chicago, as Renat's a very impressive player, and there needed a lot to become victorious in that. So I don't know if I fully agree with Jamie.
David Brock says, well said, yeah. I'm an agnostic party, but I do enjoy the content, so that's for sure. Still have yet to edit those videos, I guess. I'll have to post those later. I think it's going to be a replay as well for this year's Nationals. It's been recently announced that Embassy will be hosting once again the U.S. National Championship.
Yeah, the U.S. Nationals goes Hollywood.
Yes, indeed.
Back down to L.A. Should be some good fun.
Although I definitely deserved, I think, for Darren that title win last year, having to go up arguably the more difficult path of both finalists when it came down to it. Looking at it on paper, at least, having to take down Renat. CCU's match was quite fun to watch as well. Came down to a decider, last couple of reds. And then, of course, the match against Steven. What a match that was.
Be mindful of the in-off here. Just avoided it nicely. So a little safety battle here. We'll see which player gets the kink in the armor there.
Yeah, sort of the same path taken there with the cue ball. A bit on the thick side, but enough to come out. We're going to start to see all these reds sort of slowly bunch up towards his lower right corner, as long as they keep playing this type of 2-cushion, 3-cushion safety. Typically you'll see this more often when there's a color over the pocket, but you called it the in-off. Maybe that'll be enough, or the problem with this is all the reds have now started to cover each other.
Yeah, it still looks pretty nasty. It's like, who's going to falter on their safety and leave the cue ball at the top end of the table?
Yeah, wants to get behind green and take away the left edge of this pack with blue maybe as well. And I think there might be a bit of these two reds near the pink spot that are still available. Yeah, I could just see the edge there. It's kind of the idea behind this safety play is you want to take away all of the left parts, left routes of this stack to escape from, forcing your opponent to have to come with a shot or keep the cue ball down table.
I thought he could have a thin cut on those 4 reds. Just on the bottom there. There was maybe a path, but it's always dangerous with these shots, as we saw with Kevin. He went in off.
I think, yeah, it's going to have to be careful with how thin he catches this. I think the cluster that's starting to form closer to the corner, there's about 6 reds that are all close together. Just the leftmost one out of that stack, he can nick off about a half ball and escape as well. Like I said, I think the aggressive safety is going to be who can get up against the green enough to take away that side of the table. I think a bit of a mistake here, but no, still coverage for the reds to right corner, so. This is a decent opportunity. Can it have the length? Does it have the length? Yeah, excellent shot. Now this is a safety. Kevin needs to come with a shot.
Yeah, they say it's a thinking person's game, but you don't want to think too much.
Wow, what an escape that was.
Yes, it could be a lot. Could have been a lot worse. Yeah, definitely a cluster on the right side of the table.
I think we're in for a bit of a longer frame here. Even once some of these balls get pocketed, I think we're going to start to see a lot of these reds safe along the right cushion. No black available as well. Pink clustered. We're in for a grinder, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
As I say, I guess.
Yeah, there's a red that he could thinly cut in, but the fortunate part is he's probably going to can into another one, but he's left the cherry out for Kevin to go picking.
Not too incredibly risky, though, unless black can get respotted, maybe. Doesn't want to underestimate this cue ball position, because it'd be a huge difference to get a color respotted, and he's dropped in behind this pink. Look at this shot.
Very nicely done.
Of the two colors, I think pink is the preferable one to get respotted, since it has more options for middle pockets, with this right corner being as clustered as it is.
Oh, Kevin. Not showing much emotion as he goes back to his chair, but I'm pretty sure he's furious inside. Had a couple of reds here. So let's see what Alex can do with that mistake. He's got a red on. He can stun it up for the blue.
Oh, and a glance off that red doesn't open it up, but a chance at respotting the black, maybe? No, blue's definitely the shot here. Come up and down the table. Problem is, which red do you play for now, or do you try to open some up? Good shot there, a little bit of left-hand side, and almost clips the red nearest the middle pocket, and he's in behind a couple of these. Don't know if this one passes the pink lower left, but definitely has choice of a couple reds. This one to left middle. Maybe a soft plant or cannon in off on one of these reds. A few options. Good strike of the cue ball there. Doesn't have the pace. It's okay as long as he has a high enough angle. Make the cue ball position a bit more natural. Didn't want to get too straight. Would have had to Maybe play for the red closest to right corner next, but has to be careful with that hand, as it happened before, that pendulum swing. Not being a piston has a bit more vertical movement. Went for the black as well.
Not a bad idea to get it back onto its spot.
Seems maybe pressure is mounting a bit for Alex as well, or just a slight awkwardness of that cueing, not wanting to foul, bringing up those memories. Just enough of a nuisance to obstruct that shot, and if he's not on the pink here, this is a big mistake. Kevin. I guess not big, maybe. Still has plenty of option for safety. Don't know if I like that type of safety shot. I think I would have liked to just roll it up, but I do understand in trying to bring the black back down table so it's more available. I think both players, at least Kevin for sure, is the more of the aggressive type.
Yeah, and that's just made things really ugly by that top right corner.
Oh, glances off the black and goes in. Excellent shot.
Yeah, it's a little bit messy over there. I won't be surprised if some of these players take on a few more shots.
Thought for a second there it had opened up the black, but I think it's still clustered. It's like Fire Combat over on Twitch. Yeah, go ahead and send me a direct message on Facebook or Christian at BIlliards via email if you want to reach out. Always happy to discuss.
Well, I've heard David Brock is actually asking if Marissa Du still picks up a cue. I don't think she does as much as she was in the past. She might be taking a little bit of break, maybe focusing a bit more on her studies.
I do know she prefers pool at the moment. I'm not sure she's quite ignited the snooker passion, from what I can tell, but I do know that she signed up for some pool tournaments. But like you said, I think she's now entering high school years, so definitely going to get more busy with probably other extracurricular activities, etc.
Another reason why in North America we need to put cue sports in the curriculum in high schools.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, Andy McCluskey and I were discussing it a bit because it's so ingrained over in the Irish culture. And we're just talking about the benefits that it is for young people. Just the sportsmanship, you know, being on time for your matches, respecting your opponents, just life skills that you can take away from the game of snooker. So a small little break there for Kevin as he's increased his lead to 33-14 in this second frame.
Oh, look at this shot too. He misses all the traffic. This is a safety on if I've ever seen one. Wow. What a shot that was. Fortunate didn't glance off the brown or cannon anything in the bulk end. And I wonder how much of that was intentional. I'll have to ask him later, but if it was, that's quite the safety to go for. Pretty risky as well.
I think definitely the plan of attack, obviously, get the cue ball close to that blue, which he did, and not hitting any of the red, or not using the red to hit the brown or the green was quite surprising. I think maybe Alex was a bit surprised himself as well.
So if he's playing for the red on the cushion or the one just off of the two in the middle, Came short last time. He got a bit closer here. It's going to be interesting because you can manipulate this with the speed or the angle. And if he changes his speed on that same line, he might end up on it if he hits it soft enough. Just because of the slide of the tables and how it reacts off the cushion, sometimes you actually need to hit it a bit harder to guarantee the line you want. This looks a bit of the same, a little bit closer.
I think that a little rub.
Is that a rub or is he? Yeah, 2 fouls, so good safety there from Kevin. Still anybody's frame, but like we said, it was going to be a low-scoring effort. Based on how messy this table got. This was the same frame where balls were going all up table, if I remember right. And there's that doubling attempt once again from Alex Newstead. It's a bit of a wild card, I think, at this level too. Some folks maybe underestimating some safeties that he might actually go for and drop with his ability to double that to the middle.
Yeah, well, it just popped up just a little bit at the end of the double. I'm always of the schooling that when you're playing a double, just keep the head down and listen for the pocket to drop. So many people make that mistake of they hit the double and they quickly turn their head to see if the ball is going to drop. But keep that head still and just listen for the pot to drop. Correct, David. We haven't seen Jay Ma in the tournament, so you know, all we can do is provide the opportunities for players, and if they choose to enter, they're more than welcome to. Sometimes life can get in the way, especially in the amateur game. I'd have to say David Brock is probably missing from the entry too.
Yeah, we were talking to Jacob Lloyd about it. He says he lives about 2 hours away from David Brock now in the UK, and still hasn't met up with him. But maybe he said maybe they'll try to make it a bit of a ritual to come visit Pacific Northwest around this time for the Open. Pot attempt, just past the black again, is on. Great shot with the rest, and he's opened up the pink. Excellent stuff from Kevin here.
Yeah, I think Jacob Lloyd has told me that he's going to be moving into a new place and has a nice little conservatory room that would just be perfect for a snooker table. So I think get ready for that invite, Mr. Brock.
Good amount of screw with left-hand side to come around the cushion. Turned it a bit more than I thought he needed to if he were to play for red to the right middle pocket, but now he has that red available to the left corner, and he's just looking at what the path of the cue ball is going to lead. The stun shot, just either miss this red on the cushion and barely nudge it to get open. Maybe a bit of over-engineering with that position causes him to miss the pot as a result, maybe. Oh, he's moving to far west Wales, so that sounds like it's going to be a bit farther away. Speak of the devil in the chat, Jake Lloyd says good morning.
Yeah, it was great having Jake in the booth, and Jake many apologizes as I called him Jack at the beginning. Jack, not a friend you want to see on an airplane, but Jake, it's great to see you again as he played in the first installment of the Seattle Snooker Open back in 2022.
Jake, Jack, Lazowski, Wazowski, and tomato. Wow.
Christiana?
Yeah, Cristiano,
Okay.
Whatever you like. Chris, I guess that also works. It's quite the shot though. Double kiss safety. Hit it at pace as well, so I imagine it was his intent the whole way. Watch the cannon. It's been a bit loose on some of those safeties Alex has, leaving good starters for Kevin in both of these starting frames. Imagine tightening that up will make a big difference in the score line, because the one thing you can't do is leave easy opportunities.
Missed it, yeah. That was a good opportunity.
I guess there is no easy shot on the table, realistically, when it comes to match tables, match conditions, but
yeah, but the pressure of being in the semi-final, just have to get that much more care to a shot. Concentration's got to be at a high level. Let's get this swing around here.
look at this cue ball run around the table. There's that cue power.
Looking very nice.
Definitely can zip it a bit with that pendulum swing, especially with top and bottom spin. I think those are much easier to achieve with that type of a stroke sometimes.
I just wonder if he has an angle on that red, just maybe disturb the yellow, black, and red.
Yeah, that's what he was trying. Just needed to push through it, essentially.
Not touching ball, a little delicate shot here.
Yeah, just a bit of a nudge, and that looks pretty decent snooker. I think the pink disturbing, partially blocking the one cushion escape for that red up table. Oh, and
Wow.
warps it the other way, and look at this. Does he get it back or disturbs the balls? Yellow doesn't drop. Wow, what a shot that was.
No earthquake today. Wow,
Well,
that was close.
And the luck continues on Kevin's side in this frame. Could have gone quite bad in many ways. Could have missed the initial contact, potted the yellow, but managed to get out of it without any situation. And containing shot here, doesn't want to give Kevin a look at that red up table, as he knows he can pot strongly, but we're going to see a bit of tit for tat back and forth here.
He's now got an angle that he can push this red up to the bulk area and just clip off the red that he's closest to, get towards the pink.
Yeah, is he going into the yellow pocket here? There's space between black and the rail. It could be a rail first, and
Oh, what an effort.
wow.
You did call it, Christian. He was going for the yellow pocket.
Quite unfortunate. Big effort, because you know how close that was. Whenever the red jaws the corner pocket and stays there, it really shows you how difficult it was, how close it was of going in.
And kind of a bit of a surprise, kind of just watching as Kevin's playing, or Alex is playing today, he's rather a bit more cautious. A lead on the side of safe rather than an aggressive pot, which that last red was.
Well, I think it's getting close to that time where he's going to have to shift gears if he doesn't get this frame on the board. I think main thing with Kevin's game has been when the chances are on, pick up the spare, do the damage that you can, don't overextend, or maybe get lucky here and there a bit. So far it's led to good results for Kevin in this tournament. Kudos to him, he's got the high break prize as well so far. It's gonna roll enough. Once again, maybe a bit fortunate. I think the cut might still be on.
Is there, it's just this cue ball's going to be running
Or
around.
does he double it into the middle? Oh, it's on. How's your luck though with this cue ball position? Not the best. This black was pretty potable from almost anywhere.
Yeah, if he takes on this brown, he's going to have to use a lot of top to be on the yellow. So maybe just green and hold it right there.
Yeah, natural safety. Doesn't want the green to drop. Doesn't have the pace, so nice shot.
It definitely was close. I think his
Yeah.
heart skipped a little beat there.
The way he snookered this brown as well is going to have to go 2 cushions if he goes this direction, since the 1 cushion escape is just obstructed. He's gone wide. Does he leave a free ball? No. So going to be put back. Yep, looks pretty close. Watch out, black. Much better outcome for Alex unless he gets behind blue. Wow. The fluker once again. And the luck continues for Mr. Kevin Quay here. There's not much you can do with that result. Just gotta put your head down and get out of this snooker if you're Alex. There's no fighting the snooker or pool gods. Does he leave a pot on either? Would it be devastating if he does, but a bit of luck of his own. Almost glanced the blue, which could have sent it down towards that corner pocket. I think another safety attempt here. Might choose to be a bit more aggressive with it too and go off 1 cushion, trying to roll up in behind pink. Also just leave the cue ball there, but goes for the pot. And there's the aggression we were talking about. Oh, the jaws. Catches him out and can't catch a break, Alex.
Yeah, just looks to the heavens after that. It's unfortunate after a great yellow. He should have been easily on this green.
He's going to maybe swerve this. It's risky. Maybe a bit of frustration in that attempt there. Feels like he can't catch a break, but
Well, he's fortunate there that the brown has covered the path. So Alex has got a bit of luck of his own.
I think this is starting to become a huge frame for Alex. It's almost a must-win situation, I feel.
Yeah, it's
Feeling
a
it.
big hill to climb when you go down 2-0. These best of 5 matches. Just need to win 3 frames to get into this Seattle Snooker Open final.
With a soft escape there, wanting to push it just past the pink. Would have been nice to get, but now the way this lays, might not like his next shot at the table. He's got to control the speed here though. Easy to overhit this. I think he's got it just right. At least blocking any. No, he's got the 1 cushion. Never mind.
Putting some side makes it a bit tricky. Yes, well done.
Good kick and stick. Needs this to hold up.
That shot he'd like to have back.
Yeah. I mean, it's the right idea, but that much distance between the green and the cushion, you have to know that that green was definitely going to be too pacey coming back up table. Might have been more prudent maybe just to push it up and have it settle along the bulk cushion somewhere.
Yeah, maybe day 1, if you're not used to the tables, that could happen. But this is day 3 of the championship. All the players must be used, and a kudos to everyone here at Ox Billiards, as these tables are in great consistent condition. A lot of times we go to the tournaments and there's a mixed match of tables. It's great to see that we have rooms that have snooker tables, but some might have a star, some might have a Rasson and a Riley in the room. So gang here at Ox, you're doing a wonderful job to keep the tables consistent and playing true.
Yeah, kudos to everyone here. Mike, Jamie, holding down the fort. Staff here is always doing well.
How does he squeak over to go behind the yellow, or the pink, I should say? He's going for the pot. Not bad, going for the jugular there, that's for sure.
Still frame on. Pink in a nice place for a snooker, I think.
Definitely both pink and black, but black is, if you can get behind the black, it's going to be very profitable, but it's very dangerous down there by that corner pocket.
Yeah, you always looked for those balls that are about 1 to 2 balls away, lengths away from the rails. Going to be bigger targets to hide behind, and
yeah, like a thin snick on the bottom side of this blue. Maybe can he catch the top cushion and nestle behind the black? Very difficult, very dangerous.
There's a chance for a snooker, I think. Well, thinning off this blue does risk the planting the black to the right corner, but I was thinking off the left edge of this blue 1 to 2 cushions up table. But no, I think black is in play for this safety. Just gotta control the cue ball. Speed is okay. He managed to cannon it, and he's got to hold up. Snooker is on.
Mm-hmm.
This feels a little bit wide. Oh, he opened the angle with some left. Nice shot. Yeah, Darren's saying cue ball behind pink. I do typically, I think, prefer the long distance snookers, and the pink lays in a nice spot where if you get that third rail come in behind it, it can give you a bit more margin of error for that speed control. Here's a chance for the pink as well. Catch it with some check side, but you need to cut it a bit more, and risky this is it's going to lead it close to the corner. Now we're going to see, I think, aggression from Kevin. Don't think he's playing safe on this.
It's a thin blue.
Oh, went for the pot maybe and misses it thin. Don't know if he was playing the rail first or not.
I don't think so. It seemed like how he was gearing up, he really wanted to take that pot on, so I think that's just a misplayed shot there.
Just played it a bit too thin, that's all.
Fortunate enough he came off the cushion and put a lot of distance between object ball and blue ball, or cue ball and blue ball.
Same safety here, I think, from Alex. Trying to nip off this blue. Needs it to run, or needs cover with the pink. I guess a bit more angle there, wasn't it?
Let's watch his head on this double.
Yeah, fairly still, I'd say. But clearance now on. Snooker's not required. It's all down to this blue, and can he get a nice positional shot to the pink? It's very thin, this. So overran it, I think. Unless he comes underneath. No, he did well. Caught it short along that green pocket, and great shot there from Alex to make this pink potable. It's a massive shot for this match here.
Yeah, black's rather a gimme, so he's got a chance here.
Yeah, worked it with some left-hand side there. And he's going to give up a pink. So risky shot, but
yeah, I think a little pacey on that pink. So this is all that Kevin needs. Put all your focus and concentration on this shot. Don't worry about the black. He doesn't. So that's the second frame for Kevin Koo. He takes a 2-0 advantage in this best of 5. We'll step aside for a short break, but be back with frame 3, an important one for Alex Newstead if he wants to keep his dreams alive of becoming the Seattle Snooker Open champion. And we're back with frame 3. As you probably saw in a little bit of the advertisement there's that wonderful poster for a great fun tournament that's going to be here at Ox Billiards in Seattle, Washington. The World Women's Snooker US Open 2024, running from August 9th to 11th. It's lots of fun. There's some great snooker at that event. And I've marked it on my calendar, and you should too. So Kevin's got a little bit of house money to play with a little bit here, leading 2 frames to 0. You see Alex maybe clam up a little bit. Try maybe a few more safe shots. It's just rolled really nice into a potting position there for Kevin. Yeah, he's okay. He's got a red into the top right corner. Nice shot with the rest. Unfortunately, that red's in the way of the black, but has held nicely for the pink. If he has a little bit of angle, but some bottom and stun down for that red just below the cluster of the 6 in the middle. We're going to need a referee, so the pink does not go on its spot as it's covered, and all the other colored balls are covered. So in that case, the colored ball that comes up goes in a line with its spot, directly in line with the top cushion. And without the referee, both players just looking at the spot, make sure it's correct. Both agree, and game on. Alex taking on a few more shots. Thought maybe just he started out, playing quite tactical, knowing when to play safe. Watch out if he's going to force the issue. Kevin, who has the high run of the tournament so far at 73, definitely knows how to put a break together if you give him the opportunity. See, he'd love a one visit frame clearance, obviously, to put him into the finals. But he's going to be quite happy just taking the short little jabs, you know, a few points here and there. Just a bit far. That blue.
A bit of an errant pot there. Missed it by a good amount. Didn't really even threaten the pocket. So I think we often will see that from Kevin when he gears up for a higher pace shot. The nice thing about these tables is you really can just cue the ball in. You don't need to amp it up with a bunch of pace like you do on some club tables with a bit slower cloth. Opens up the game, I think, offensively for a lot of players.
Yeah, some of these club tables in North America, you know, when you're out on a table, it's like the fescue at St. Andrews. You're going to have to take a few whacks to get out of it, but it's a testament to the staff here at Oxa keeping these tables in prime condition. A good friend of the community, Simon Barker, has come over a few times, all the way from England, to set up these tables, recloth them. He pretty much is the man. A mechanic that has probably seen all corners of this earth.
A miss there from Alex. I wonder how much is being affected by that last frame miss in the pink.
That was quite a dangerous effort there. A lot of potential of an in-off. I guess they didn't really have the elementary safety of running back into the bulk. But looks like he might have gotten away with it. There is a red open to the top right. Yeah, Alex just has to go these one by one. Don't think that he's really trailing 2-0. Just knows that he's at the table and that's where you win frames and matches. You can't do it by sitting in your chair.
Yeah, can't let that affect you. Gotta play as if fresh in the start of the match. You're here for a reason in the semifinals, so stick to what you know and what got you here in the first place. It's like blue into left middle.
Doesn't look great. That candy blocked that red. Its path into the right middle. this red onto the top right.
No, just a safety and goes in off.
Great billiard shot, but disastrous in the game of snooker. And a little shot to nothing here for Kevin. Those two reds clustered together in the middle. The bottom of the two. Clip off the right side. Oh, we went for a completely different one. Players definitely like to prove us commentators wrong. But obviously it goes down to personal choice, what he feels comfortable with. So close to a trick there. Well, maybe Alex is listening to me. He took the red that I thought for a shot to nothing. And it's come out quite nice on that. Is he going to put him back?
Put it back, but I just the 4 points when you scratched him.
Okay. Come back. Not a bad idea. Obviously he did have a red into the top right corner.
Like you said, they're playing with still 2 attempts, 3 putbacks. In the semi-final, and the final will be as many snookers as you like until snooker's required stage.
Bit more pricey there. 6 points. So one more attempt for Kevin. Trying the other way.
He's gonna get there, I think. Yep. Still leave a pot on though to right corner, or the plant to left corner. Just taking a look at the plant, as it does have enough angle to stun up table.
Almost like the blind cut personally. Right by his bridge hand. Little space between there, it makes it difficult.
Only reason he might not be taking that is maybe he's bridging over the 2 reds that he's shooting this plant with. He's gonna have to travel the cue ball in a bit different line. He's on this black if it goes to right middle. If not, this is a tricky spot. Don't really want to slow roll this as you're going diagonally across. It does take it down table to the near jaw. Yeah, he's potted it at great speed.
Needs a great red here because top end is looking quite nice with the black back on its spot. Some reds really spaced out. So whoever can get in down there could have a chance for a profitable break.
Time for a safety. Ooh, almost caught the jaw, and that could have been devastating. But this is creeping up to the blue, so if it passes, he's going to leave something on, I imagine. Yeah, red to right corner. You can stun up for blue nicely. I think Kevin's a favorite to make this as a left-hander as well.
Yeah, you notice a lot with these great players is they kind of want to cut the table in half, really. Just be in the top area dancing around the reds and blacks, short, compact shots. I agree, TK. I see that somewhat in Canada as well in the United States. There's not a lot of snooker action going on over there. It seems like snooker is really thriving on the west coast of North America.
Oh yeah, he says no snooker tournaments on the East Coast, especially in NYC. I think there might be some tournaments, but maybe just publicity is not to the standard of marketing is high enough to get the word out. But I think you're right. So far, probably majority of these tournaments are happening on the West Coast. I don't know of too many snooker clubs in New York, but I imagine there are some. I know New York Athletic Club is a private club that has a few tables.
Yeah, definitely up in Canada. They just had the Canadian National Tournament, and that was in Montreal. So a little bit of action out there. There was also the Chicago Open. The USSA has announced or is in the full throes of a 10-city tour this year. So there are some East Coast tournaments there. As I mentioned, the one in Chicago that ran June 8th to 9th. And there you go. There's the list of them all there. But I think that list kind of leans heavy towards the left side of the country there. I'm seeing the Ox Classic here at Ox, the West Washington State Championships at Ox.
It's coming up here in a few weeks in the middle of July, 13th through 14th. It's going to be a ranking event. There's some more information. Reach out to Ox Billiards, I think, on our webpage to find out more.
Yeah, the U.S. Nationals will be back on the West Coast, as we've mentioned, in Los Angeles at Embassy Billiards. Great room run by Stephen Wong. But also there's an Arizona Open in the coming months down at Ramil's Club. So it's great to see, and I think, just slowly and surely, baby steps.
Yeah, I think for the Washington State Championship that we're hosting here at Ox, it's going to be, I think, just residency requirements for Washington State. And if you want to learn more or sign up, information is on our website to find out more.
So it looks like just Washington State. No friends from Canada can come down. But, that event will sound like it will be streamed.
Yeah, we'll be live streaming whether remote or on the ground. A big miss there from Alex. Leads a nice, easy red starter. That's kind of been the theme of this match, and many of Kevin's matches is when he gets these easy starters, he just does damage, puts in a good frame score, makes a few points, gets a decent break.
Be really nice if that pulled up just a little shorter of that blue, but I think he'll still be happy with it. It's there. He might be able to stun down for this red along the top cushion. Bounce back up. Very nice. He is quite proficient with that rest. A tool that you need to master. A good exercise. Our friend up in Canada, Gary Spence, many years ago was playing once, and the great Bill Werbenek kind of looking over and just after the frame was done said, Gary, you are absolutely terrible with the rest. You know what we're going to do? You and I are going to play a frame, and we're going to play every shot with the rest.
Oh, geez.
So a good little practice routine.
Yeah, sounds like fun. I think I tried that once or twice in the past, just to try to shoot as many shots as you can. And I find the ones that get difficult to make are the ones you typically wouldn't use the rest for. You know, when you're actually on the rail or on the cushion, kind of close, it starts to get a little difficult there because you might be bridging on top of the rail instead of on the bed of the table. So. Middle pocket a bit in the way on this escape, and
Yeah, does Kevin put him back? You got a good angle, Kevin, on this red. And you can get the blue. Just got to evaluate his options there, because sometimes it's more advantageous to play on.
yeah, he's choosing to play on here. Good, we don't have to worry about spotting any balls.
As well, this is taking reds off the table. As much as Kevin has a small lead, does have the momentum in this match.
Oh, and as we say it, is this a chance for a swing? Gets on this red. Not really.
Yeah, I thought that was going to hit the pink more full in the face and leave a rather simple starter for Alex into the right middle.
Yeah, he's going to take it to the left corner pocket. Past the blue. Don't think it passes the brown. Green gap. Or just a safety. That's a pretty good cue ball. If it creeps up. And brown's got coverage for this rightmost red. Or pretty close at least.
Yeah, definitely tough bar vantage point, but looks like Kevin's taking it on.
Maybe you can see it then. Yeah, his cameras can be deceiving. Yeah, he's got the angle overcut though, so it was definitely close.